I'm gonna do a video on how to make these neck knives. I started making about 20 years ago, and I was using chicken wing bones. And I'm gonna show you how to do it. I'm gonna add it on to this one. Here's a little bit of chicken wing bone, and I used to make these things. And my wife would make. She buy thin leather. She had a sewing machine that sew it. And that's a piece of opal from the opal mine called Eye of the Dragon. That's a piece of jasper. That's a piece of Flint Ridge. But anyway, she would sew little leather cases, but I also found out I just drill holes in the handles and put a deal to attach a necklace on it. And they sold better because people rather see them like this. But we go to Pecan Festival and the Peanut Festival and all the festivals and sell those things. And man, those kids love them. They sell like hotcakes. Anyway, I'm gonna do a complete video on making one of them. I'd show some of my little teeny tiny chicken wing bone neck knife that I made, and I said I'm gonna show you how to make them. And I got a piece of Buffalo River chert here, and I'm gonna show you how to do it. And this is something you might can pick up a little money on to help support your hobby. I'm looking over here at my coil pile, see if I got anything a little bit better maybe to play with, and I don't. But anyway, we'd go to Peanut Festival and we'd go to the Watermelon Festival, not watermelon, Peanut Festival in Collins, Mississippi, and the Pecan Festival outside of Hattiesburg. And we would sell out, and when I say sell out, I'd have like 20 or 30, and I'd get $15 a piece for them. You'd probably get 20 or 25 now, but that was years ago. I hadn't made any in probably 4 years. But my wife had a little sewing machine that sewed real good, and we'd buy this real thin leather, and she'd make me little pouches for them. But what we found out was we sold more than without the case. I just drill a hole through here or fix some kind of way to hang it on the necklace, and because they like to show that off. When it's in the case, you know, some people want a case, but the majority of them didn't. And I'm gonna tell you something, the people that bought the most of them were girls. I don't understand that unless they give them to the boyfriend. But girls would buy at least 3 to 1 what the boys are buying. They absolutely loved them. So this is a piece of buffalo. I need to quit talking, explain what I'm doing. It needs to be a little shorter. So I'm gonna work off the point. We got a ridge right there on the follow. Get rid of that nasty hinge that was right there. This was a chip, and it had a nasty hinge on it already. It wasn't nothing but a chip. I'm gonna kind of work on the base, and this is the key to these things right here, is the base. You want to get the base real thin, because if you don't, here's a chicken bone. I'm gonna put this one on, chicken wing bone. It's got to go in that little narrow slot. So get your base thin first before you proceed any further, because that base isn't thin enough. And you go along any further, and you finish it, and then you try to finish that base, and you break it. You wasted all that time working on that piece. You know, if you had the base thin enough to start with, or you broke it right at the start of the making the point. I don't know if it makes any sense to you or not, but what I'm trying to say is if you make the base and get it thin right away, you're not wasting for a few minutes. And if you made the whole point and then try to thin your base, then you find out that your base is not thin enough, and you try to thin it and you break it, you've lost 15, 20, 30 minutes work of how fast you are. I used to pick up, I'd like to show you that one day. I don't know, Roy Motley was the one that come up with the idea and did it just years ago. I mean, probably 40 years ago. But he took a pair of pliers, and I'm thinking they were needle nose, and he would go through everybody's chip pile, and he'd pick up all the flakes like this, thin flakes. And he'd put them pliers on there, and he would break it out to a perfect triangle. and all he had to do was pressure flake it. And he could make them little bird points so fast it wasn't funny. And there was a guy there by the name of Mr. Charlie Shuey, he would make him a matchbox full. And I'm talking about just a regular small matchbox like people put in their pockets to strike little matches on. And I don't know how many was in there, at least 20 or 25. And every time we had a nap hit at Fort Osage up there, Mr. Charlie Shuey would come look him up, and he would have him a whole handful of them little airports bay. And it was amazing watching him how fast he could do it. I mean, he could make them incredibly fast. I never cared for making them. I never got into it. I always wanted to make the bigger stuff. So I made my bow, got me a good piece of Osage, and made me a bow and started deer hunting with it. Then I got to make a little airports. But this is good for jewelry. You can put this on there and get you a Dremel motor tool, and got a little plastic kit that you can buy accessories with diamond bits. And what I do is I take a little like jar lid, something to hold just a little bit of water, and I put that under the water, and I take that diamond bit and I drill a hole through it. Then I put a clasp on it, and that's a necklace. That's easy, simple stuff, but it sells to the kids, and most kids got money on them. They want an arrowhead necklace. Just some ideas might help you make a little money. I quit making arrowhead necklaces a long time ago. I might have I got an old box over there somewhere, got a bunch of junk in it. I might have some I could show you and show you what I'm talking about, but I think you understand that. I mean, all you do is make an arrowhead and drill a hole through the base of it there where your stem is, or your knot. And got a little stubborn spot right here I won't get out. I'm trying to keep from doing as much pressure flaking as I can, because yeah, I'm reducing it to a sharp point. I'm not pressure flaking that. It's saving wear and tear on my old shoulder. I never had any problem with my shoulders or anything until I had my surgery on my heart. Well, not actually on my heart, it's for my heart. I had a pacemaker and defibrillator put in, I talk about all the time, because it causes me problems doing this. But once I had that done, because they tell me, because I had a muscle that goes through you by your collarbone right in there, they cut through under my collarbone, get that pacemaker in where they put it. It left my shoulder weak, and I was straining real hard on my shoulder, and I tore my rotator cuff, and they said that's why I tore it. I don't know, I don't understand medicine, might not have nothing to do with it. But I know one thing, I don't have surgery on it. Can't loosen this up. So they had two friends that had surgery on it, and they said that's not fun. So I've been doing physical therapy. I'm through with it, but I still have to bathe it. Still sore. All right, I'm gonna sharpen. This is another thing you need to do, is have your pressure flaker sharp, about like the end of a 6-penny nail or something. So you're pulling little flakes off, and you want to be careful. You don't want to apply a lot of pressure on that little thin piece of rock. So I got to take time out. You gotta bear with me. Get this baby good and sharp. All right, now I want a pad. Don't have a lot of notches in it. It's got a few holes and tears in it and stuff like that where I can position everything I want. And I think this one will do right here. Okay, the first step I'm gonna do is come down this side here. It's beveled more this way. So it's gonna be the easiest one to raise the edge up on. And all I'm doing is turning this edge up. Now this is gonna be the base. I'm gonna try to make this straight. This is gonna be the curved part of the blade right here. So now I'm gonna grind this sharp edge off, and I'm gonna see how I can get this joker to fit. I don't like this one really that good. I think I like this one better. And I'm gonna place it right in here. Set my tool on right above the top edge. Pull out. Pull that place across. I'm rolling my wrist. Watch me roll my wrist. I'm coming up like this. Might need to lower that camera. I do a lot of grunting. I'm like an old wild hog in the woods. Now I'm doing it, I'm turning it over, I'm doing the same side. I'm gonna adjust this just a little tiny bit here. It might give you a little better view, I don't know. But now I'm gonna do this side. Do the same thing. Set it on top, pull down. Okay, that side looks pretty good. Now I'm gonna start curving this joker. And this is the worst side right here. So I'm gonna start on the easy side first. And I'm gonna explain to you when I get it set up why I'm doing that. Okay, the reason I'm doing this side had a lot of little hinges and more low areas. This side was a little more uniform. If I do this side first, my edge is gonna get closer when I set it up. It's gonna be right on that hinge right there. And it'll be a lot easier to remove because my edge is closer to it. I'm gonna come through here and I'm gonna look for high spots and low spots. I'm avoiding the low spots. Trying to balance it out. Just hitting the high spots. Got a whole ton of low spots right here, so I'm gonna just chip this way on this, just help turn that edge back up. There we go. Now, here's the hinge I was telling you about. Watch this when I turn this edge up. I mean, it's right on it. It almost took it out. It was so close to it from the opposite way. Now then, I am right on top of that joker. I'm gonna go through here and hit the high spots. A little high right there. And I'm gonna probably chip all the way down it. But where it's not high, I'm just gonna tap that edge a little bit. I'm not gonna try to run no plate. No distance. Now I'm at the hinge. Make sure I get up on top. I'm gonna bring it out from under it. It's gone. Alright. See how it's starting to shape up like a knife? Now I'm going to come back and do this side up here because I need to make it a little narrow. I want it to match the handle. You don't want a great big old point on a little bitty handle. It's out of balance. So I'm looking at the size chicken wing bone I got. You see what I'm talking about? I want to take a lot of this off. I want it to match it where it look better. Not out of balance. Alright, gonna run another round. Trying to make it narrow. When I say that, it's too wide this way. Tell you what, that joker's got a sharp edge. I gotta do something about it digging into my finger. That was hurting. I was holding it back here on the bottom as I pushed. A little sharp teeth on that thing was digging into my fingers. That's a lot better when you grind that edge. I think this is gonna be good enough. I'm gonna thin my base. I already talked about having it pretty thin. And I see a few little places I need to do on this side. What I do with the chicken wing bone, they're already cooked, like you go buy wings or you fry chicken wings. And when I get the bone out, I put it in on the dash of my old car don't ever drive or something like that and let the sun dry it out real good. And then I take a Dremel motor tool and I got a little copper or brass, it might be brass, little bitty round brush, and I brush it and that removes all of the sinew that's left on it. Man, I gotta grind this and get my fingers. All of the tissue that's still on there gets in between the joints and all, and removes all that stuff real quick and easy. And then it's ready to go. I got a buffet wheel. I polish it down on. Now, I'm gonna put it up here. And we're gonna look at it and see see what we think. I still need to come there right in here. And now this handle was a piece of deer antler. It's wide like this. Look how good that would match up. That's what I'm talking about. You want to match your handle up to fit your blade. I mean, you don't make your blade to fit your handle. Okay, I think that's gonna get it. Now I'm gonna thin this base. My pressure flaking. It already went on there, but it didn't go quite far enough up on there. And sometimes I use indirect and run a flute down it, which you can do. You want to use indirect, but I can get it with this right here. Trying to find a groove here where it's solid and I can get a good hold on it so I won't break it in half. Well, look how thin that joker got. Now then, put the big kahuki on it. The famous Bowie knife. When I started making these knives back in the 80s, I was making them, you know, just like the Indian arrowhead, like a blade, leaf shape, heart shape, whatever you want to call it. And they were selling good. And somebody said one day, said, knives don't look like that. And I said, what do you mean? He said, it looks like a dagger. They both knives look like a Bowie knife. Because that's what a knife looks like to me. And I got to tell you, that's what if I make them look like that, nobody buy them because they're supposed to be reproduction like in Indian style artifacts, stuff like that. So anyway, I think my son told me, oh, he might have done it. He said, let's try some. He told me I ought to try some. I don't remember. My gosh, it's been way too long. And I did. And it was my surprise, and it's still hard for me to believe, they outsell the ones that are shaped like this, like 5 to 1 or 6 to 1. And I've had my knives in businesses and stores and things, and they don't even want a dagger-shaped blade on. They want this Bowie knife look tight. So I did what the customers wanted. The first knife I ever seen haft on the handle, Scott Silsby did it. And I think he was working with Dr. Eric Callahan when they was making obsidian blades. I could be wrong on this. I know they were friends. To do cataract surgery. And that's before the laser come out. And by the time they got that perfected, to start selling it for eye surgery, laser put them out of business. Now this is still too wide for this here. But I'm gonna narrow it a little bit, but I'm gonna leave it too wide because these little balls that are coming out, these little deals come out, I'm gonna sand them all flat. So you're not gonna have much surface. I'm gonna cut in here a little deeper, well that'll set up in there a little deeper too. So right now, And this point is really too big for this handle. And I'm gonna go ahead and put it on there. Cause it's the only other handle I got right now. And I'm probably gonna leave it just like that. And put it on there. Now, once I get it on there, this is the hardest part of all right here. And this is the key to this thing. Is some super glue. I used to use pine pitch and all that stuff back in the old days, real sinew. I don't use no artificial sinew. I hate that stuff. It looks so fake. Anyway, I'm gonna put just a drop or two of super glue on here. And the only reason I'm putting this on here is to hold it in place real quick. If I use my hide glue, and I've got hide glue, and I made my own hide glue, I got several cans of it up on that shelf. It takes a long time for it to dry. And this is a production thing, man. I gotta spit them out quick. I made these 4 here that I showed you in probably an hour, maybe a little more than an hour. All right, this is gonna bond up and it's gonna hold. Now, I'm gonna stop this and I'm gonna go sand this off, and I'm not gonna take this recording with me. I just gotta put it on the sander and sand it off a little bit, and I'm gonna come back and start it again. Okay, now I'm starting back up. I sanded them bulbs down, and this is bark off of an elm tree. I make my own cordage. Like I say, I don't like artificial sinew. I don't understand why people use it. They spend all that money on the rock and material, and they buy high-dollar carved knife handles and they stick artificial sinew on there. That's their business. I just don't like it. Too easy to make your own cord. You get it off of basswood trees, you get it off of yucca. It's all kind of primitive skills videos out there on making cord. Okay, I got this wrapped around. Got a little string here with a loop on it. We're gonna put it right there, and we're gonna wrap it around a few more times, like this. Get that out of the way. Sorry, I probably held it down a little too low for you to see it. We'll make 3 loops. Get my scissors. It's so frayed on the end, I cut it off so I can get it through this loop right here. Man, I'm getting all out of focus. I'm sorry about that. Stick it through the loop. Y'all know how to do this. If you don't, you need to learn how. And you just pull it up through there. You have to be careful with this chicken bone, because you can snap it trying to pull it up through. So I'm just kind of working it around and trying to get it come through. And there it is. All I gotta do is tighten it up. Now, I like to use Elmer's white glue. I'll use hide glue on this if I'm not in a hurry on it drying. Hide glue is the best, because when you're in a hurry, and I want to set this in here. So guess what? I'm gonna use some super glue again. Make sure it sets good. And get it to come out. Might be about out of it. All right, mashing it down. I got the super glue mixed in with the Elmer, whatever kind of wood glue. It's not wanting to stick because I got it on it, but it'll hold in a minute. There we go. Then I'll take scissors and cut this little spread off right here. There we go. Let me try another drop. It other glue's kind of dried out or dissolved. Maybe I can get it to stick now. This little simple project can be difficult when I'm involved in it. I've been known to be the guy that nothing's simple. If you do something, you get a kit or something that's supposed to be real simple, and I work on it for days, you come find out part of the part's missing on it, or there's always something goes wrong. I don't care what it is. If it's my vehicle, get the wrong part for it, just don't matter. Okay, I think we got it whooped this time. See, my finger's not sticking to it, and that's super glue. That's cause that white glue got on there where I didn't want it to. All right, there we go. And that's your chicken wing bone knife. Drill a little hole in it. Hope y'all enjoyed that. Y'all have a blessed day.